Peace and love, everybody, and welcome back to Yoga with Lisana. I'm super excited to have you back here to tune into a nice, gentle flow. Before we do get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. The like and subscribe button are right below, and don't forget to share with your family and friends; they may need it too. But for today, what I have prepared for us is something that's very gentle. We're gonna be very low to the ground today, not too much standing. We will stand a little bit, but not too much. Um, so yeah, very gentle today, very gentle flow. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in this nice comfortable seat. You can either come into a cross-leg position, and also if it feels a little bit better too, you can lengthen your legs forward and just sit up against the wall for a moment. But for today, I'm gonna come into this cross-legged seat. And let's start off by closing the eyes down here. Taking this time to just feeling your body arrive into this space. Allow yourself to just acknowledge how you're breathing. Tuning into your heart space, acknowledging also how you're feeling today. And as you're taking time to tune into your physical body here, your emotional body here, can you take time also to set a little intention for the practice for today? Whether your intention be to find a bit more relaxation in the body and mind, maybe your intention is just to move the body, or maybe you just want a little bit of self-love practice, a little bit of self-care. Just noticing what is coming up for you in this space. And let's go ahead and set that intention at our heart space with love. And can you allow that to guide you throughout our little journey today? And then wherever you are here, let's go ahead and take a really deep belly breath in, seal that intention and in. And that breath out the mouth. Now you can keep the eyes closed down here, which is what I recommend, or keep the gaze soft. We're going to go ahead and start to drop the right ear over to our right shoulder. So a very gentle neck stretch. And then very carefully from here, chin to the chest. And then left ear over to our left shoulder. We're going to make a full circle around the body, but take your time here. We're drawing the gaze up or head up towards the sky. Right ear over to right shoulder. Chin to the chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And then reach your head up. But again, be careful, be mindful. We tend to store a lot in the neck space. We're going to take that one more time to the side. Moving slow and steady with your own breath, with your own body here. And then once you drop the chin back to the chest, once you finish that last cycle, we're going to go ahead and switch the direction here. So let's go ahead and draw right ear to right shoulder. Chin up towards the sky. Left ear to left shoulder. And then chin back to the chest. Now you might be noticing a little subtle differences on both sides, but give yourself grace. Noticing those little subtle differences on each side, but can you accept your body as a whole? Accepting yourself as one. And about one more little circle here. You might be moving a little bit quicker, a little bit slower than me, but take your time. And then once you drop the chin to the chest for that last round, let's go ahead and draw the neck back up to neutral. And let's go ahead and drop the right ear back over to our right shoulder. This time we're going to place this left palm on our left ear as a very gentle weight. We're going to go ahead and extend our left fingertips out towards the left side of our space. And to feel a little more intensity in the upper left arm, let's go ahead and flex the left fingertips up toward the sky. Let's hold here for a count of 5 breaths. So we're going to breathe here for a count of 5. Breathing here for 4. For 3. For 2. And then for 1. Release the left palm down slowly. Release the right palm from over your left ear. Draw your head back to neutral. Here, release this right palm alongside your body. Let's go ahead and draw left ear to left shoulder. And let's go ahead and place this left palm on our right ear like a very gentle weight. So don't tug the head down, but very gently. And then we'll go ahead and lift the right fingertips up a little bit from the mat. And let's go ahead and flex the right fingertips towards the sky. If this feels okay, if not, keep the right fingertips planted. And let's hold here for that count of 5. Breathing here for 4, for 3, for 2, and then for 1. Release the right palm down. Release the left palm from over the right ear. Draw your head back to neutral here. And then maybe you start to open your eyes. So just starting to flutter the gaze open, drawing yourself back into your space here. And then we're going to go ahead and reach your arms around up and overhead here. Maybe draw the gaze up as well. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and give ourselves a hug. So we're going to go ahead and bring the palms, the right palm beneath the left palm. Let's give ourselves a nice little squeeze here. So just giving yourself a nice big hug in this space. I'm going to take a few little pulses here. So with the squeeze of the body, let's go ahead and lift the heart space up. And on the exhale, as you round chin to chest and curl into the spine. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhaling to lift up out of the heart space. Take a breath in. Exhale to round and curl to breathe into your back body. Just 1 more. Inhaling to lift. Exhale to round and curl. This time, as you draw your body back to neutral here, we're going to expand our arms open, expand your wings, and take the opposite grasping here. So maybe right palm underneath left if you took that other side, just making sure you're nice and neutral. I'm going to take that 3 times those pulses. So inhaling to lift the heart space up. Exhale to round and curl. 2 more. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to round and curl. 1 more. And then noticing once you draw your body back to center, slowly expand your wings open, expand your arms here. We're going to go ahead and rest the arms alongside our body here. Let's take a little shoulder stretch, shoulders towards the ears, and then towards the back of the space. 2 more going into that one direction. And then we'll go ahead and take those same little circles going the opposite way. Shoulders towards the ears, and then towards the front of the space. You can move your arms too, which I think feels really nice. And then once you rest your arms alongside your body here, let's reach those arms around up and overhead. Let's take a little seated side body twist over to our right. So noticing as you're planting the palms down onto the earth, keeping the spine really nice and long, can you use the power of the breath out to twist you a little bit deeper towards the right side of your space. Now we're going to hold here in this twist for about 3 more cycles of breath. Again, you can keep the eyes closed down, which is what I like to recommend, especially if you're in your own home or your own little space. Just taking time to really internalize what's happening inside the body. Just 1 more cycle here. And then let's go ahead and reach those arms around up and overhead. Maybe draw the gaze up as well. And let's go ahead and take our seated spinal twist over to our left. And about just 3 cycles here, keeping the spine long. Relax those shoulders. Maybe with the exhale, can you take your twist a little bit deeper towards the left? And just 1 more cycle here. And then using your next breath in, let's go ahead and reach those arms around up and overhead. Maybe gaze up as well. And on the exhale, let's release the arms alongside our body. And we are going to go ahead and shift forward to hands and knees, coming into a tabletop pose here. Now in our tabletop, we're going to take full rounds of circles here to get into the hips. So to do this, we're going to go ahead and sit the hips onto the heels here. And then we're going to go ahead and shift the hips over to the right. Draw yourself above your wrists. Come up onto the top of your hips here. Send the hips over to your left and then hips back onto the heel. So let's take 1 more round of a circle just like that, drawing some fluidity into those hip sockets. It doesn't have to look any particular way. Allow your body to move with ease. And then once you finish that last round here, let's go ahead and draw the hips over to our left. So just switching sides, drawing ourselves above the wrists here, over to the right, and then back onto the heels. Just 1 more. Move with your own breath at your own pace, moving with the flow of your own body. And then once you draw the hips onto the heels, let's make our way into a child's posture. I'm going to recommend a really wide leg child's pose. So maybe the knees to the outer edges of your mat. We'll lengthen those arms forward and then rest the head down towards the earth. So we're going to breathe here for a moment to get into the inner hip crease. Breathing here for a moment. Maybe take a little rock of the head from side to side to give the third eye that nice little massage. And just 2 more cycles here. And then very carefully, let's draw ourselves back into our tabletop posture. From here, we are going to go ahead and tuck the toes under, and we are going to go ahead and send the hips up and back into down dog. It is our first down dog of practice here, so be generous. As soon as you make your way back into down dog and send the hips back, let's take a little peek towards the top of our mat. Can you take a very slow walk, as slow as you can? A little tiptoe by tiptoe, coming into your forward fold. So very slow and steady, y'all. Take your time. There is no rush in this practice. And then we're going to go ahead and grab for our opposite elbows here. Let's take a little gentle rock from side to side. Just sending love into our forward fold. And then if you aren't clasping onto your arms, I'm going to recommend that you clasp them here. We're going to keep a soft bend of our knee here, keeping the head hanging really, really heavy. We're going to take a very slow roll up, as slow as you can, one little vertebra at a time, all the way up to stand. So you want to feel this roll up in every little inch of the spine, and you might want to move a little bit slower than you think you can go. So take your time. And then still keeping the clasping of the elbows here, let's draw the forearms up towards the sky. And let's go ahead and breathe into our back bend. Take a belly breath in. On the exhale, let's start to melt ourselves right back over the thighs, right back into our forward fold. So start to release the crown of the head down, bit by bit, piece by piece. Slow and steady, no rush. Once you make your way back into your fold, switch the clasping of the arms here. And let's take that same little slow roll up all the way up to stand. One little vertebra at a time, all the way up to the tippy top. As you make your way to standing and take your time, draw those forearms up towards the sky. We'll hold here for the belly breath in. And on the exhale, we're rolling ourselves all the way back down into that forward fold. So slow and steady, y'all. Take your time. We're going to take that one more time to each side of the crossing of the arms. So switch to clasping. That same little slow roll up all the way up to stand. Breathing into every little inch of your spine along the way up. Draw those forearms up. We'll hold here for the belly breath in. Breathe into your back bend. On the exhale, release yourself all the way back down, slow and steady, into your forward fold. Let's take that one more time. Switch the clasping of the arms. Grab for that opposite elbow. One last little slow roll up here. And then as you make your way to the top, let's draw those forearms up towards the sky. We'll hold here for a little bit longer, just to breathe into our back bend. And then this time around, release the clasping of your arms. Draw the arms up to the sky. Let's draw hands to heart center. And then release the arms by the side for Tadasana pose. Now take a moment here, y'all, just to feel your physical body here in space. Maybe noticing a little subtle difference in the beginning of practice. Acknowledging yourself here in this present moment with yourself, with your body. Let's take a really deep collective breath in and clearing it out the mouth. Let's go ahead and reach the arms up and overhead. Bring palms to press overhead too. Let's go ahead and take a little baby back bend. And on the exhale, as slowly as you can, we're going to go ahead and release ourselves down into our forward fold. Now from here, inhale to a half lift. Let's plant both palms down here. We're going to go ahead and step back to plank pose. And then let's go ahead and release the knees down for tabletop posture. Now let's move into a few rounds of cat and cow. Let's tuck the toes under. Lift the heart space up, cow spine. And on the exhale, as you untuck the toe, draw the belly in into your cat. 3 more here. Inhaling to lift. On the exhale, round and curl in to breathe into your back body. 2 more. And just one more cycle. And then noticing once you draw the spine back to center slowly, sitting the hips back onto our heels, back into our child's pose here. I'm going to take a little side body stretch here. So let's go ahead and draw the palms over to the right side of our mat. Let's place the left palm over the right palm here and take a little peek beneath your left armpit to really open up your left side body. Now we're going to hold here for about just 4 more cycles of breath. Noticing as you're pressing the earth away, can you sit the hips just a little bit closer to your heels? One more cycle here. And then using your next breath in, let's start to draw both palms back to center. And we're walking our palms over to the left side of our mat. So let's go ahead and place the right palm over our left palm. Maybe that little peak beneath our right armpit to really open up the right side body. Let's take about just 2 more cycles of breath here. And then noticing we'll draw both palms back to center slowly. And let's go ahead and sliver ourselves forward to lie on our belly here. We're going to go ahead and extend the legs out here, coming into a sphinx posture. So let's go ahead and press out the forearms here. You want the elbows to be right beneath the shoulder blades, and then as right beneath the shoulders. And then as you're pressing the palms down here, let's gently lift up out of the heart space here. We're going to hold here for a count of about 6 breaths here. Breathe into our back body and spine gently. Again, maybe you keep the eyes closed down. You'll internalize these feelings within the body. Just 2 more cycles here. And just 1 more cycle. Carefully from here, let's go ahead and relax the chest down towards the earth. Let's tend onto our fingertips here. So we're going to come into a little gecko posture. Let's press out the tops of the feet. Let's lift the heart space up into a little back bend here. Let's hold for the belly breath in. On the exhale, release your upper body back down. Let's take that 2 more times. Inhaling to lift up out of your heart space. Take a breath in. Exhaling to release and fold. 1 more. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling to release and fold. Now from here, let's go ahead and cactus out the arms to the earth. We're going to bring our left ear towards the earth first. I'm going to explain this bit by bit. So we're going to go ahead and take a bend of this right knee first. And then we'll go ahead and cross this right leg over the body so we come to the outer edge of our left side body. And can you ground down this right foot back behind you? So we're coming into a lying down spinal twist. You can place this right palm beneath your left ear as a little pillow. But we're breathing love into our shoulder here as much as we're breathing love into our spine. We have about 3 more cycles of breath here. 2 more cycles. And then very carefully, let's draw the body back to center. Slowly release the hips down. Recactus out the arms. Draw the right ear to the earth. Let's take a bend of this left knee and let's cross this left foot over the body. So you ground down that left foot back behind you. And then maybe left palm beneath the right ear as a little pillow. And again, taking time to really breathe love into that right shoulder blade. Breathing love into the back body, into our twists. And just 2 more cycles of breaths here. And very carefully start to release the left foot to meet the right. Release the belly back down. And we'll press ourselves just onto our heels into our hero's pose. So yeah, almost there, y'all. Nice and gentle, nice and steady. So let's go ahead and shift over to whichever side is our favorite here. Let's lengthen this left leg out in front of us. And then we are going to go ahead and cross this right leg over the left here. Now you have the option to keep the left leg lengthened forward. Otherwise, take a little bend of this left knee and we'll cross it behind this outer edge of this right hip. So you're sitting up really nice and tall here. Now we're going to go ahead and take this left palm, wrap it around this right leg, and let's take a little seated side body twist over to our right. So let's hold here for about 3 more cycles of breath. And just 2 more cycles here. Just 1 more round of breath. Nice. And then we'll go ahead and draw the spine back to center slowly. Now, listening carefully here, we're going to go ahead and keep this left leg beneath the right leg. We're going to come into a double face pigeon here. So you want to keep this left foot engaged. We're drawing this right leg right over this left leg, but coming into this little bit of a box shape. It's kind of like a little triangle shape too. You want to keep both feet flexed. Let's lengthen the arms up towards the sky. We're essentially stacking one leg over the other, and we'll go ahead and hinge from the hips to fold right over the legs here. So you do want to let the head go so you have no tension in the upper body. And taking this time to really breathe love into the hip space here, y'all. Maybe you close the eyes down here too. 3 more cycles of breath. And just one more cycle. And then use your next breath in to reach the arms up and overhead here first. Let's plant both palms alongside our body and let's lengthen both legs out here. So we're going to give the legs a little bit of a shake out. So just shake the legs out. Nice. So from here, we'll go ahead and take the opposite crossing here. So we're going to go ahead and draw this left leg or this left foot over the right leg here. Option to keep this right leg extended forward. Otherwise, let's go ahead and take a bend of this right knee and let's draw this right foot towards this outer edge of this left hip here. We're going to bring this right palm to wrap around this left leg. And let's bring this left palm back behind us into our seated spine. And I do highly recommend to keep the eyes closed down. Just internalize what's happening. Just breathing a lot of love into your twist here, y'all. Taking about just one more cycle of breath here. And then starting to draw the gaze back to neutral here. We'll make our way into that double face pigeon here. So again, drawing this right shin a little bit forward here, so above the mat. You want to draw this left leg over the right leg. So you're stacking both legs over one another. And then we're keeping the feet nice and engaged here. We're going to go ahead and reach the arms up towards the sky. On the exhale, hinging from the hips, let's fold right over those legs. So again, letting the head go so you have no tension in the upper body. Maybe keeping those eyes closed down and taking about 3 more breaths here to breathe into this hip space. And just one more cycle here. And then using your next breath in, let's reach those arms up and overhead here. And let's go ahead and rest the arms alongside our body. We're going to make our way into our final rest, y'all. So we're going to go ahead and extend the legs forward here. Let's just give the legs a little shake out before we make our way there. And then we're going to start to make our way to lie on our back. Now from here, I'm going to recommend a Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to have the soles of the feet to touch here. Bring the knees to the outer edges of your mat. You can bring one palm to your heart, one palm to your belly. If you have blocks or even books at home, you can place them beneath the knees for a little more support there. And then starting to close the eyes down or softening the gaze. And wherever you are in the space today, we're going to go ahead and take a really deep belly breath in. And clearing it out the mouth. Now, can you take this time and space to yourself just for the next minute to allow yourself to receive all of the benefits of your practice? Just noticing that you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you would like. Otherwise, let's go ahead and start to draw some awareness back into our body by moving the fingertips and the toes. And if the soles of the feet are still connecting, I recommend to lengthen the legs forward. And we are going to go ahead and end practice here. So let's go ahead and draw both of our palms, one palm over the other palm to our heart space. And allow yourself to give so much thanks to the body for showing up here. Allowing yourself to give thanks to the body for supporting you, for always being here. And just giving thanks to you. Now, again, you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you would like. Otherwise, let's go ahead and shift over to whichever side is our favorite in a little fetal shape. And then with the eyes closed or the gaze soft, let's start to make your way up into a comfortable seat here. And then let's go ahead and draw hands to heart center. Let's bow the chin to the chest. And just thanking ourselves for our practice. Most importantly, giving thanks also to life. And giving thanks to ourselves to be able to enjoy this beautiful day to come. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed that very gentle, very opening little mini flow. If you have any questions or if you want to work on anything in the next few videos, please let me know. I'm always down to take recommendations. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your family and friends, and I'll see y'all very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day or have an amazing rest of your night. Peace.